like I've talked about in my videos, like the ability to be able to be a full-time bodybuilder must be like such a blessing, to be able to like just focus on that full time, so that way like you have time to focus on other things. So like working a 40-hour work week plus bodybuilding and then like doing everything else, it's like you're burning oil at both ends, right? Like you just have so much to do because you also have to like perform at work. And if you can make bodybuilding your full-time job, it's like, okay, well now you free up that time in order to make life more manageable. So like cooking food or like spending time with your significant other, you can actually do. Whereas like now with how prep is, working a 40-hour work week and like caring for our toddler, Paige and I don't see each other. Like the days that she's gone doing stuff for work, I'm looking after Ivy, and then when I'm gone, like to the gym or whatever, she's looking after Ivy, and then come the weekend, we both have our own stuff to do on the weekend. Like, it's a very long time of like schedules not matching up and not being able to like spend time together. So it's like you're just constantly on the move. So by the end of the day, it's like you're getting into bed and you just feel exhausted because you've been moving all day. Especially when you're working like 17 hours a day, and then after that you got to go to the gym, and then you get 4 hours of sleep, and then you're right back at it again for like 2 months straight of that, where you're getting like, oh, you're lucky to get 6 hours of sleep a night. So my previous shows, I basically like I coached myself for I think it was my past 2 shows, and my mentality was always more is better when I was coaching myself. And now working with Blue, I kind of realized like, oh, it's not necessarily more is better, it's like more of a quality over quantity. So generally I would like hammer myself into the ground with my workouts, or like cardio, I would just overkill. And working with Blue, I realized like, oh, it's knowing when to push and then when to back off. So, and that made a huge difference in how my physique looked, just because like when I coach myself, I would show up on stage and I would look stressed. Whereas like this past show, I showed up on stage and I looked crisp, and like I felt a lot better than I've ever did too. So it's like it was a real eye-opener for me. So I'm really looking forward to doing this show and to see like what we can do as well. And hopefully, I mean, I got first in my class. Generally in Canada, Ontario is a pretty competitive scene for bodybuilding in Canada. So going to Vancouver, I feel like I do have a good chance at that overall. So, and it's only 5 more weeks of prep from show day to show day. So I figured, you know what, I gotta do it. So I started to see a chiropractor as well, just help like correct some pains that I have in my body, and hopefully make it easier to like pose and display my physique. So I'm hoping that will help big time. And then I'm also like focusing on certain muscle groups that I feel like need prioritization. After I saw my pictures of that show, it's like, okay, this is where I probably lost my points, is here. Or like for me, it's like, man, that muscle group was really hard to hold in a pose. So that's where my focus needs to be. I mean, it's always a growth mentality, right? Especially like with bodybuilding, you got to have that growth mentality. If you think that your physique is perfect, that's when you start to have holes. So it's like you always got to think, at least for myself, I take on the mentality that like, I'm going to be beat by somebody. So I need to work on everything I need to work on to make sure that that doesn't happen.